Welcome to another episode of I Turn On a Microphone, episode 8, I believe. And this is pretty much a podcast where we talk about movies, life, love, and the pursuit of a good intro to a podcast. I'm Darren Lynch Jr. I'll be your host today, and I'm joined by Miller Farrow. Miller, how you doing?
Good.
Okay, and we're going to be talking about The Nun today, and nothing else. We have nothing else on the docket other than The Nun. The Nun is the 5th movie in the Conjuring franchise, I believe. Is that right? Or the 6th?
Yeah, fifth.
It's the 5th movie in the Conjuring franchise, and it's written by Gary Dauberman, and it's directed by Colin Hardy. And pretty much it's the spinoff from The Conjuring 2. It tells the origin of the demon Valak, and how she kind of, or it, I guess it's an it, how it kind of manifested and came to Earth, and how it ties into The Conjuring 2. This review is going to contain spoilers.
Did you say Colin Hardy or Corin Hawley?
Colin Hardy? Or is it Corin?
Corin.
Oh, I thought it was Colin. My bad. But, Corin Hardy. It's directed by Corin Hardy. Yeah, and it pretty much ties into everything. It takes place at a, what is it called? It's not a cathedral. It's, something else. A dobby, or something like that.
I thought it was cathedral.
Monastery, whatever. So pretty much a monastery is
Yeah.
haunted, and, the Vatican sends out a detective of sorts, what you would kind of call a detective, and a nun that hasn't taken her vows yet. They send her out to this monastery to investigate any supernatural findings when a nun commits suicide at the monastery, and they find some supernatural stuff. Miller, what'd you think of The Nun? Because this movie's kind of being dragged by a lot of critics and pundits. So what'd you think of it?
I mean, I wouldn't say I hated it, but it's not good. It was compared to something like Annabelle. It's just harder to, or I'll take it over Annabelle because Annabelle's, or the first one, Annabelle. That's just, I remember that being really hard to get through. Especially when Gone Girl was playing a few screens over. Yeah, I think this had some cool sequences and spooky imagery, but it just, a lot of it's just like generic horror fodder, which I expect better from in this franchise.
Especially 5 films in.
Yeah, and because Annabelle's like, okay, the first Conjuring was a good movie. Annabelle's like, okay, I get it, because you just get too ahead of yourselves. It happens. It happened with Marvel and Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
Mistakes can be made, but like this, they had The Conjuring 2, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but they got good reviews and stuff, and it did well. And then they have Annabelle, Creation, which is like, okay, they're being more secure and wanting more out of their universe. But yeah, this just seems like a big step backwards.
Yeah, for me, this movie, it's fine. Like, for me, if this was like the MCU, this is
it's fine.
This is their Thor: The Dark World. It's fine. It's just fine. I think it's being dragged a little bit too much. I think if you're looking for like a good date movie, or just looking, if your date likes being scared, or if you're just looking for like a good just matinee, I wouldn't pay full price for this, but if you're just looking for a good quick matinee scare, then I think this is, or like a Redbox movie, I think this is what this is pretty much. It just has a couple of cheap scares. What I really liked about it, the characters, which one thing I really want to give the Conjuring universe credit for, especially with horror movies. That's my biggest problem with horror movies personally, is when you don't have good characters, because I don't care about someone. If I don't care about the person being scared, the movie falls apart for me, because I don't care about the characters. I don't care if anything horrible happens to them, because I don't give a shit. But the Conjuring universe, for the most part, seems to pull it off. I liked the priest, I liked the nun, I liked Frenchie, I liked all these characters. They succeeded at that. The nun, when she was there, I liked. She wasn't there at a lot, which was weird, because the movie's called The Nun. But I liked her when she was there. I liked the Conjuring tie-in, which I guess we'll talk about a little later. The set design was really great. The Abbey is creepy as all hell. It's a really, really creepy place. And the sequences. The sequences are kind of twofold. They're kind of negative and positive for me. There's one some of them just don't hold a lot of weight. Like, there's one sequence in that little hallway they go down, where the nun first shows up. It's like that great shot you see in the trailer where she's like turning toward the camera. You can only like see her face and her eyes glowing a little bit. That's a great sequence. It means absolutely nothing, but it's a great sequence. Like, it really doesn't go anywhere, and it's kind of just like, why did she do that? And also, like, all of these things are hallucinations, so how did the girl one nun save the nun from the other nun? Because they're dead, so, like, how the fuck did that happen? You know what I'm talking about?
At the beginning?
No. You know when, like, she first shows up and she, like, pulls down the door and she, like, the hallway's turning around and stuff? She's, like, she's, like, being sucked down the hallway?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Yeah, it's just, like, how, if all the nuns are dead, because it's set up that, like, she's pretty much hallucinating, none of the other nuns are there, how did that nun save her?
Well, wasn't the nun there at that point? And then she, like, died in between at some point?
I have no idea.
I took it like that, but I could be...
I hope you're
right,
right, because that's the only way that makes sense.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, it doesn't make... Not all doesn't make a ton of sense, but, like... Oh, I like the scene. It's like, it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's passable. I mean, that's, it's just a nice little horror.
It didn't make me angry.
Yeah. Was there any other positives you want to hit on? Like, is there anything, like, did you like any of the sequences or the nun? Is there anything that really stood out for you?
I like the scene where all the nuns are praying together, and like everything. It's like it looks like a haunted house in there.
Yeah, but that also came down to something that I don't know. Just the whole entire, like, is she really being hurt, or
Oh, okay.
But also, I guess it is kind of creepy.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I think it was like regardless. I think like as a standalone sequence, I thought that was cool.
Yeah, some things I really didn't have that really. I did that kind of bother me was once again the lack of the title character. Like, she didn't pop up for a minute. That was kind of weird to me. And also just the logic of some of the film a little bit, because they're sent there to investigate supernatural findings. And it just doesn't, like, I guess, I feel like there was just a way, plot-wise, to move around it, because, like, they're sent there to find supernatural findings. Okay, so when you get there, there's blood that hasn't been dried on the stairs. There's a corpse in the freezer that has moved by itself. Then at night, you're chased by a demon child that you performed an exorcism on, and that child is now alive, and it just shot a snake at you out of its mouth. I think you have enough evidence to call the Vatican. I don't think they need, like, they kept saying, just like, we need more evidence, we need to keep investigating, we need to do this, and it's just like, I think you got enough there, I think you can make your case, just enough creepy shit is happening.
Well, did they have any way to contact them?
They could send a letter. That's
It's gonna take a fuck.
That's what they're gonna do anyway, though.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, by the time they send the letter, like, everything, the movie's over.
True. I mean, I just feel like there was a smarter way to do what they were doing to allow the movie to work. I know the movie still has to happen, but it's just like, you have to find all this evidence. It's just like, the evidence has mounted up so much within the first 15 minutes that you have enough there. Like, you got buried alive in a graveyard that was not... you got buried alive in a graveyard, and then it closed on top of you. It's just like that You should be calling the Vatican as soon as you get out of that fucking thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, those were so, and also it's like more of the same as you were saying. They gotta stop. Like the next one, which it won't be because we know the next one is Annabelle 3, which I think Annabelle 3 is the time that doll has to come to life. I think it's time. They've been kind of skipping over it in the last ones. I think it's time to have it start moving around, doing some weird shit. I mean, what's it?
Yeah, that's true.
It can like spider monkey around, just do something. It can like attack somebody with its pigtails. I don't know.
Yeah, just don't make it look bad.
Yeah, I mean, but I think the thing that really stood out for me, also the cinematography was great, but the thing that really stood out for me, and I guess for you too, is the ending. Do you want to go into it?
Yeah, the the ending, like the whole, probably what kept me going through the Nun was like, okay, they're gonna link it to The Conjuring somehow because they gotta explain it. Which I don't think you always have to explain stuff, but I think with this case where you're like, how the hell does that work? Like there was no evidence. I think you have to explain it, and I think they did. I don't think it was as seamless as I don't think it was as seamless as how they did in Annabelle, but I thought it worked really well. And it was like it gave like the movie like added layer.
Yeah, and I don't. And my biggest thing with the Nun, I was just like, I was afraid that this movie would just be one giant excuse to make a movie. It wasn't, that's one thing I was happy about. And yeah, how it tied in was really smart. You know, they always find a way. That's another thing. They know how to make a movie, because this movie does stand on its own. Even though it's like the Nun itself is connected to the Warrens and stuff, it does stand on its own in a good way. Then it has that extra tag that ties it all in, and you're like, oh, okay. I mean, the only thing I do worry about is maybe, like, if you didn't see The Conjuring 2, you might be like, what the hell? Well, yeah, if you're just coming to, like, a movie just to see, like, oh, this looks scary, and you walk in, you're just like, oh, wait, am I supposed to know what this is? So that's the only thing that I would have a negative toward it, but, like, if you're a fan of this franchise, you're going to be like, oh, cool, they tied it up.
Oh, yeah. They have the clip at the beginning.
Yeah.
Did the Conjuring... Conjuring 2, when does that take place?
The Conjuring 2 takes place in the 70s, I believe.
And when's the Conjuring? When's the Conjuring?
Hold on. They have a timeline.
Because the daughter was older.
In Conjuring 2.
Yeah. But how long had it been?
Okay, The Conjuring takes place in 1971, and The Conjuring 2 takes place in 1976 through 1977.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, I think the Nun in Conjuring 2 is scarier.
I think she still keeps the ante up here.
Yeah, they do some cool things.
Because I do find her silhouette pretty terrifying. And I like how she's like one of the nuns, just like she haunts the halls. She haunts the halls of the abbey, and it's just like, could you imagine seeing that shit in the hallway?
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Like,
I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna transfer.
I'm gonna use the restroom right. Holy fuck! But yeah, so that's that. Oh yeah. Would you want to see, just to wrap it up? Would you want to see a Nun 2, or do you think they should just stop it here?
Absolutely not. Yeah, I have no interest in seeing another Nun movie.
Yeah, I am interested to see what the hell they do with, because I think a Crooked Man movie could work. The more I've been thinking about it, I think if you told the Crooked Man story, just looking from that rhyme or whatever they have, I think if you told it from his perspective, it could work. Like someone becoming the Crooked Man or something.
Yeah. Who's the old guy in Conjuring 2?
Old Man Bill? Old Bill or something?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd see a movie about him, maybe.
What did he do?
I thought he was scary.
Oh, okay.
the scariest part of that movie. But yeah, again, it's like I don't know if I'd want that because I'd like that just being like that image of him sitting on the chair in my mind and not really
Flicking the
anything
TV.
to back that up with. I think that's cool. But yeah, I want to see. I want to see. I want to see where Corin Hardy goes next. I think he's talented.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are actually digging this. I don't know what exactly I would like to see him do next. I would have really liked to see his style thrown toward the Crow. That's never going to happen. But
Yeah, that would have been cool.
I honestly say like give him an episode of Daredevil or something.
Yeah, or give him a Daredevil movie if depending on how that ever progresses.
Yeah. Did you see The Hollow?
I didn't, but I want to. Because I thought people thought it wasn't good, and then I thought I heard it wasn't good, and then but it actually is.
Well, I mean, he's definitely going somewhere after this because it was a box office hit. So.
Oh yeah, made a ton of money, so good for him.
And he's probably staying in the family. I mean, hell, he probably might just direct. I mean, he probably might direct a DC movie. Justice League Dark.
Oh yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I mean, I'd imagine James Wan is going to do Conjuring 3, but if he doesn't...
Gary Dauberman said that not James Wan, just the Conjuring 3 in general is aiming for a 2020 release.
2020?
Yeah. Because Annabelle 3 comes out next year, and then 2020 you have Conjuring 3. Or any closing thoughts on the Nun?
I'm glad I didn't pay full price in IMAX to see it. But yeah, like it's generic horror movie, unfortunately, because I really think with this the character and like concept, I think you really could have made something more unique about it. But there's good things about it, and I think it goes by pretty quickly, which
it kind of drags a little bit for me.
I mean, yeah, it kind of. It's like I never felt like banging my head against the chair and wanted to leave. Or just not like Annabelle, at least. Because even like Annabelle 2 and Conjuring are much better movies than this, but this was easier to get through. Like I'd rather watch Annabelle 2 or Conjuring now.
Oh, I would watch Annabelle 2 over this in a heartbeat. Annabelle 2 flies.
Yeah. I don't know. There was just something about Annabelle 2 that's like I thought I don't know if it was pacing or I can't really remember, but I think it's something good to like to watch at home at least.
Yeah,
if you're not into what's happening, you can just go do something else and come back, and something cool will probably be happening.
Yeah, I would never leave this on in my house though, because you might come back and see some scary ass shit. So
that's true. Like a fuse went out and and the lights go off.
Yeah.
It's like, hello.
But yeah, I think this is just a movie. You get some friends together, you get some beers, and just kick back. It's fine. I think it's being dragged a little bit too much. I think it's about what you would expect. I mean, maybe that's the problem with some people, but it's just like it's fine.
What do you mean?
Like, I think some people, like you said, were expecting a little bit more, and they just don't want the same old,
okay.
jump scare house that some of these movies are. But it's just like it's fine. I have seen worse. It's not the Bye Bye Man, so
it's not Slenderman.
It's not Ouija, so it's fine.
I'm so glad I never saw Ouija.
Yeah, I do want to see Origin of Evil. Because apparently it's the Annabelle creation of the Ouija franchise.
Yeah, it is.
And it stars...
I barely remember Origin of Evil.
It stars the same person too, which is weird.
Oh yeah, that's true.
No, I think it stars the opposite girl. It's one of the girls. So that was our review of The Nun. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you like hearing us talk about movies, please hit that subscribe button. If you've seen The Nun, please let us know what you thought about it. Did you like it? Did you like it more than most, or are you a little bit, tired of the whole entire jump scare Conjuring thing? Please let us know in the comment section below. And also come back next week. We're definitely going to be talking about the recent news of Henry Cavill departing the DC universe, or possibly departing. It's a big mixed bag, but we're definitely going to be talking about that. And Halloween's coming up, so we're definitely planning on some Halloween scary horror movie related stuff as well. So we're definitely going to be talking about a lot of horror movies coming up soon. So please come back, like this video, and hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll catch you guys next time.